ESLPod.com presents A Day in the Life of Jeff, a special 10-episode course to teach you everyday vocabulary in English. This is Dr. Jeff McCoy from the Center for Educational Development in beautiful Los Angeles, California, and I'll be the host for this series. In this course, you'll learn the vocabulary for everyday actions, from getting up in the morning to going to bed at night, and everything in between. Each lesson has 3 parts. First, a story read slowly. Second, an explanation of the story and the vocabulary we use. And third, the story read at a normal speed. Are you ready? Let's begin with lesson 1, getting up. The worst part of the day for me is definitely when I have to get up. Waking up that I can handle. But getting up, that I hate. The covers I have on my bed are heavy, mostly because I have a comforter as well as a light blanket. I sleep with 2 pillows, which, for some reason, have different color pillowcases. Well, at least the sheets match. I sometimes wake up before the alarm goes off. I like to keep the alarm at a low volume. With some classical music, nothing too jarring. My old roommate used to like the terrible buzzer that you find on most alarm clocks nowadays. Which always used to drive me nuts. As I was saying, I sometimes wake up before the alarm, usually because of some noise outside the house. A car door slamming, an alarm going off, gunfire. Well, okay, not gunfire, but man, is my neighborhood noisy. Of course, when I'm staying in a hotel, it's usually easier to just get a wake-up call from the hotel than set the alarm. I'm not really an early riser, so I don't jump out of bed ready to take on the world. I get up very slowly, usually 1 foot on the floor at a time. Every once in a while, I'll oversleep, but not too often. I really love the weekends when I can sleep in. Our story begins by me describing how much I do not like getting up. To get up means to get out of your bed, to stand up after you have been lying down on a bed. I say that the worst part of my day is when I have to get up. Waking up, that I can handle. To wake up, W-A-K-E-U-P, 2 words, means that you are sleeping and you stop sleeping, and now you are awake. The verb is to wake up. So you can wake up while you are in bed, and then you get up. You stand up after lying down. I said that waking up is something I can handle. To handle, H-A-N-D-L-E, here means to be able to control, something that I can manage, something that I can accept. It's not a problem. Another expression would be something I can deal with. To deal, D-E-A-L, with something is the same in this case as to be able to handle something. I say that getting up is something that I hate. The covers I have on my bed are heavy. The covers C-O-V-E-R-S are the things that you put over you to keep you warm. Usually the covers include a blanket, sometimes a comforter, and usually what we would call the top sheet or flat sheet. A comforter, C-O-M-F-O-R-T-E-R, is a very thick blanket, a very heavy blanket. A blanket, B-L-A-N. K-E-T is something that you put over you when you are sleeping to keep you warm. Yes. Blanket is a general term. A comforter is a kind of blanket, a heavy blanket. The opposite of a comforter would be a light blanket. A light, L-I-G-H-T blanket would be the opposite. And that is a blanket that will keep you warm, but if it gets very cold, it might not keep you warm. It might not be sufficient. So we have a comforter and we have a light blanket. Usually there is a top sheet, S-H-E-E-T, that you put over you in between your body and the blankets. And this top sheet is sometimes called a flat sheet. The sheet that goes on the bed itself, that goes onto the corners of the bed, that's called a fitted sheet. A fitted, F-I-T-T-E-D sheet. So we have a fitted sheet on the bed that you sleep on top of. Then we have a top sheet and then a blanket. Sometimes, if it's very cold, a comforter as well. I say in the story that I sleep with 2 pillows. A pillow, P-I-L-L-O-W, is what you put your head on when you sleep. Now, for some reason, I say, I have different colored pillowcases. This is true, actually. I have a black pillowcase and a blue pillowcase for my 2 pillows. I think the reason is I am too lazy to go and buy a new pillowcase. Well, the pillowcase, P-I-L-L-O-W-C-A-S-E, one word, is the thing that you put over the pillow so the pillow doesn't get dirty. We call that the pillowcase. I say, well, at least the sheets match. We already know what a sheet is. When we say the sheets match, M-A-T-C-H, we mean that they are the same color, or 2 colors that look good together. We use that verb to match when we are talking about clothing as well, or anything where you have 2 colors. I sometimes wake up before the alarm goes off. When we say the alarm goes off, we mean that the alarm starts to make a sound. Your alarm, A-L-A-R-M, is a machine that makes noise at a certain time. Usually it has a clock. Well, I sometimes wake up before my alarm makes noise, my alarm goes off. I like to keep the alarm at a low volume, meaning not very loud, at a low volume. With some classical music, nothing too jarring. When we say a sound is jarring, J-A-R-R-I-N-G, we mean that it is loud and it causes you to jump or to be surprised. It's something that is not very nice, not very pleasant. A jarring noise would be one that bothers you, perhaps because it is very loud.
It's very loud.
Or it is not a very nice sound. So I don't want my alarm to have a jarring noise. Instead, I play classical music. Now, my old roommate, the person I used to share an apartment with, used to like the terrible buzzer you find on most alarm clocks. This again is true. I had a roommate that had a very loud and bad sounding buzzer. It was a terrible buzzer. The buzzer, B-U-Z-Z-E-R, is when the alarm clock doesn't play music, but it just plays a sound. Sometimes it is like a bell